And good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everybody, wherever you are. Wanted to take a moment to talk about this learning transformation, this digital learning transformation that we are all in the midst of right now, and equip ourselves with some tools to be really successful moving forward, right? So, wherever you are in the midst of this transformation, I think you'll admit it offers some real challenges. And one of the biggest challenges that we've experienced in moving forward is that this technology has flooded its way into our classrooms, right? So there's tablets, there are interactive whiteboards, there are laptops that have shown up, and now all of a sudden we've been given the task of okay, take this stuff and go be transformative with students. And folks are having various degrees of success with that, and you can see kind of where people are on the spectrum here. But the interesting thing is that we've all come kind of from this same place where we've come from the place of having the one kind of desktop computer in the back of our classrooms. Maybe you had two, maybe you had three if you were really lucky. But the fact of the matter is we didn't have a whole lot of technology to now for some of us overnight overnight we now live in a world where everybody has a laptop or everybody has a tablet, and we have the bandwidth to do things that we never thought possible. And all of a sudden, our challenge is to take what we've always done and now switch and do something completely different. And what we're finding is that that switch is not always as easy as we thought it was going to be. And if you take this and try to do it with me, you'll discover that sometimes things that look easy are proven to be more difficult when you're in the midst of it. And that's where we are in the midst of our learning transformation right now. We're in the midst of this place of trying to figure out how to fit these puzzle pieces together. How do we take this piece called technology and make it play with everything else that we're doing? And it's interesting because you would never walk into a hospital and just dispense all of the same medication just indiscriminately, give it all to the patients, give it all to the doctors, give it all to the nurses, and say, you know what, you guys will figure out how to use this best. But that's what's happened in our schools. All of a sudden, we've thrown in all this technology. We view it as the medicine that's going to fix all the problems of our schools, and we've told teachers and administrators, I'm confident that you guys will figure this out. But we know that that's not how that works. We know that that's not how transformative and lasting change really takes hold. And it's not about taking this technology and using it to do what we've always done. It's about, okay, how do we take this new technology and how do we use it to develop the skills that we need to teach and work and learn in an increasingly connected and global society? And that's a tall order. And so in order to provide focus for those efforts, I would encourage you to check out the International Society for Technology Education. They have a list of standards that are absolutely incredible and can help us to take our instruction to the next level and guide this process as we move forward. Because what we know is that ISTE provides standards for teachers and students and administrators, coaches, and computer science educators, and these standards are really robust. And if you take a look at the categories that these are organized into. These are not the standards in their entirety, but what you'll see over here is that these are the headings for the ISTE standards, and the standings fall underneath, but these give you an idea of categorically how they're organized and what some of the elements are that are included. So creativity and innovation, right? Digital citizenship, modeling digital age work and learning. These are the things not only as teachers, but also as parents, of which I am one of two children. These are the things that parents are really striving and working towards making sure are included into our children's educational experience, because we know these standards accompanied with these core academic standards, these are going to be the things of value that kids can really take and put under their arms and carry with them long after they've taken their last standardized test, long after they've had their last sort of formal academic moment and they transition out into the post-secondary world. And we can take a look at the standards for administrators and for coaches and see that, you know, these include elements of visionary leadership, systemic improvement. How do we take all these devices and all this content and provide systemic improvement, not just kind of plug it in from place to place and hope we get a couple good classrooms out of it, right? And then how do we provide the professional development and program evaluation that is so essential to make this initiative really work? So I would encourage you, like I said, those are not all of the standards. I would visit www.iste.org. If you are an administrator or if you are a teacher and you are in the midst of this transformation, check this site out. There's some really useful information out there for you and some guidance in this world. And then as you check out those standards, consider for yourself, how am I integrating the Common Core State standards with the ISTE standards? How am I making these two things play together? If I'm focused on a Common Core State standard that has to do with research, then how am I able to take the ISTE standards and digital and an idea like digital citizenship and encourage kids to be thoughtful consumers of all the information that's out there? How can I leverage the ISTE standards so that I'm utilizing technology to its fullest potential in the classroom, not just using it to substitute for what I was already doing? And then last but not least, what is my desired outcome for educational technology? Because I'll tell you this, if it's only to engage students, we're missing the boat entirely. If our outcome for technology is only engagement, we're missing huge opportunities in this space. The question is, do I want to simply use technology, or do I want technology to redefine what teaching and learning can look like in my classroom, not only today, but for years to come?